And Television Dude here, and I have a couple packages in the mail. They are both NES related. And after I show those, I'll have an update on the stuff I bought yesterday. I'll show an update on the toys because I figured out what they were, and an update on the stereo system. But first, let's get to these packages. Let's see. This is something I got off eBay. Well, I just ruined that envelope. I think I wasn't careful enough. I can still reuse it, but I kind of messed up the top of it. Careful. Don't want to cut too deep. I don't know how deep I have to go before I hit box. Probably gotta do one more. And it is a box for the game Load Runner for the NES. I love this game. And I got this box at a pretty reasonable price, so I just couldn't help myself. It's one of my favorite NES games that I own, period. Still got to get a manual, but that's not that big of a deal. They're not that rare or anything, so get a manual anytime I want. Just got to figure out how to get this bottom in there correctly. I think those that look like they just flap in there. Flipping and flapping. I'll mess with it later. I want to do it right. This package came from the Swiss Miss. My good friend Swiss Miss. You know who you are, Swiss Miss. This came from Hunter. Formerly known as the King of 8-Bit, now known as TheZohanGamer. He mentioned a couple things that he had, and I said I wanted them. He said, "They're yours." I'm like, "Thank you, man. Thank you, man." I'm sure I'll get some stuff to you in the future as well. We got some good stuff in here. We got an empty box for Millipede, also one of my favorite games. This is a box I definitely had to have eventually. This and Centipede. I will get Centipede one day as well as Centipede on a box for Centipede on the 2600. I still need Centipede a box for that on the Intellivision as well. But just eventually, I would like to get boxes for my favorite games. Like I guess that would mean Centipede for the ColecoVision, and I still need a box for Burger Time for the ColecoVision, box and manual for that. I'm working on that one someday. And a complete copy of Miss Pac-Man for the NES. And I believe this is the Namco version. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Even though I have heard that for gameplay-wise, the Tengen version is better, but that's not a problem. I'm sure I will track that down one day as well. It's not a big deal at all. Just owning this is pretty freaking cool, I must say. So thank you, Hunter. That's awesome. There's a funny story about this, Miss Pac-Man. I remember one day me and Cobra DVS were looking at NES auctions. I don't remember if I saw it first or if he saw it first. but maybe I saw it first. I can't remember. And I showed him the auction, and I didn't really have the money for it, so he went ahead and bought it for himself. And it was like a great deal that was way, way too hard to pass up. And I guess he eventually traded it to Hunter, then Hunter eventually just gave it to me. So it came full circle. Isn't that cool? Okay, an update on everything. Let's see here. If you can tell from a distance, I decided to display the two speakers on each side of the Voltrons over there on top of the Intellivision shelf. And the 8-track player does work. Yesterday there was some kind of interference sound, and I finally found out what the interference sound was. Let's see, not only is it an 8-track player, it's an 8-track recorder. I guess if you had blank 8-track tapes, I assume you could just record with them. Maybe music off the radio? I don't know. But what the problem was is that the recording level was turned up. And I guess that was making that interference sound. As soon as I turned that down, voila, no problem at all. Now one day, if I'm feeling brave, I will venture to see if the turntable can be fixed. It's not a big deal since I already have a working record player, but it would be cool if that worked as well. Maybe it just needs a belt. Maybe I got to figure out how to get into the turntable and see how a belt would be put on and everything else. And at the moment, I don't have the know-how or knowledge to do it, but it's probably not that difficult. I have no reason to turn it back on because, uh, you know, it works. And the speakers are okay, but I do feel like if I upgraded the speakers, it'd sound even better. They're pretty cheap speakers, but not bad. They sound pretty darn good, but I do think I could probably get better. Let's see here. On to the toys. This toy I found out is it's part of the Masters of the Universe line. It's some kind of beetle rammer, beetle something, beetle basher. But I found out that it's missing a lot of pieces. Those two wheels in the back right here, it's supposed to be another set of wheels that hook on right here. Like another one sticks out over here, another one sticks out over here, and there's supposed to be a whole top piece. The arms are supposed to be something attached to the arms. So maybe I shouldn't have bought this one. It still looks cool though. It's still a cool display thing if I want to display it somewhere, but it's missing a lot of stuff. Actually, personally, I think it looks cooler without all the extra stuff on top of it, because then it just looks more like a bug or something. This looks more like some kind of old, medieval type weapon or something. And since I had to put the speakers up where the Voltron is, that means I had to move that transformer that I had over there. So now that is over here in front of the Devastator. And I think that looks cool over there in front of him. Really cool. And now on to the three main toys from yesterday. Let's see. The first one here I found out is a Beast Wars Transformer. So it was a Transformer after all. And I guess it's worth about 20 bucks or so. That's pretty cool. Didn't know that. The middle one is just a Fisher Price Dragon. I don't think it really has a line to it. But it's worth roughly 10, 12 bucks. Not too shabby either. This last one over here, also, I don't think it really has a specific like toy line or anything, but it's really cool. It's also worth about 20. And after I put the batteries in it, let's see here. First, I'll do this part. I shouldn't be showing my screen there. Oh, well. That looks supposed to look more green than it does on the screen, though. Where's the on-off switch at? Is it underneath his arm? Yeah, it's hidden underneath his arm. Pretty cool. Just repeats itself. Then there was this guy again, who if you hit the switch in the back, his wings flap. If you hit the one underneath, his head comes forward and bites at you. That's pretty awesome. So I think that's a good place to display them too. I took down the Jim Beam decanters that I had up there, and I think the toys look better, personally. This guy does roll. I'm not sure if it does anything else besides roll. I thought maybe it was one of those ones where you pull back and it would just go, but it wasn't doing that. Not really sure, but that's pretty cool. Then onto the helmet, I changed the batteries in this thing too, and it works. Let's see here. If you want to hear the story, I'll play the story for you. Actually, there's two parts. One's just some...
Check for new missions.
Check for new missions. There's this one over here just does some things. Let's see. Hold on. Do I have it on? I have it on.
Check for new missions.
Come on. It worked yesterday just fine. It worked all last night. I have it on, don't I? Let me see.
Attention all Rangers. Receive your mission. Your help is needed. Download your mission. Overdrive, Red Ranger, accelerate. Power Ranger, full power. Check for new missions. Task complete.
Pretty wicked. Now over here we have a story. Let's see if it'll do the
Check
story.
for new missions.
Guess I'll put over there again. Now it's not doing the story. Why is it not doing the story? I did the story last night. No problem.
Check for new missions.
Just keep telling me to check for new missions. What did I not do here? I put new batteries in it. That's weird. Just from last night, now it's not doing the story. There was a whole story that it would do. I played it like a few times last night. Weird. Man, I wanted to do this.
Check for new missions.
Why does it keep telling me to check for new missions? What did I do or what did I not do? I have it on. I have it on high. I don't know. Well, there's a whole story that comes with this. Maybe you can find it on YouTube or something. That's really shitty. Why did it do it last night? No, not this morning. That's pissing me off.
Attention all Rangers.
See, it's doing that part, but it won't do the story. I'm disappointed.
Check for new missions.
Why does it keep telling me to check for new missions? You asshole. Sorry. Now it's going to bug me because this worked last night just fine. Should I take out the batteries and put them back in? I'm not going to end this video just yet. Hell with that. The main part of this video is over with, so if you just want to go away, go away. If you want to stick around for a few minutes to see if I get this working, then stick around. Let's take out the batteries and reset the thing. Maybe that's what it needs. I'm going to rearrange the batteries too.
Check for new missions.
No. That's pissing me off.
Attention all Rangers.
It's doing that one, but that's not what I wanted.
Check for new missions.
Why does it keep telling me to check for new missions? I have it on.
Check for new missions.
Oh, well. Something's not right.
Check for new missions.
Check
for new missions.
Maybe I gotta look online for an explanation. Maybe it has something to do with those connections that are in there. There looks like some kind of USB type connection. Maybe I have to do something online. I don't know. Well. I'll figure it out. There was a whole story that came with it. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video, and thanks for watching.